All right, everybody, welcome for a quick 5-minute lesson with a PSA on the learning process in math, okay? It's a good time. You guys are mostly freshmen, all of you new to the lab in one way or another this year. So I want to just kind of remind you of some things. When you signed up for the Sin Lab, you signed up for what's called mastery-based learning, okay? I'm a big believer in that. I think it's ridiculous that we identify who our gifted students are in math in the 5th grade. I think it's fine that we do it in the 5th grade, but I think some people need to be identified as that later in the process. And there should be a process involved that you can work your way up into an accelerated level. Okay? Mastery based gives you that chance. You'll never be penalized for missing a homework question in this class. Every time you take a quiz, if you struggle, you will be given the opportunity to redo that quiz. These are the things that I have been doing for the last 15 years in my classes. I truly believe in them. It's important for me that you guys understand that's what you signed up for, okay? I want to encourage you to embrace the formative process. The worst thing about this class is there's too many things for you to click on and practice. But I hope you found the right practice in whether it's in a book for some of you or online or via worksheets, whatever. But I hope you're embracing this idea that it's like, hey, this is a good chance for me to get stuff wrong, okay? If you don't like doing a lot of practice, then you should be embracing that on the quizzes. It just means you might have to do your quizzes 2 or 3 times. Not a big deal. It takes extra work, but you learn so much from that process. Okay, and then finally, I am here to announce my complete commitment moving forward to protecting the process of the formative tests. If we cheat, this whole thing gets ruined and nothing we're doing in this innovation lab is worth anything. You're literally just looking for free food and an easier B or A. So I will hold myself to absolutely making sure that you test in the testing room or that you test within eyeshot of me, that your phones are away, that you show your work. And I will go back to the process that I used during COVID and that I've used since then, which is I will ask you to explain some of your test to me. So I'm confident that your work matches up with your understanding. So if you don't have work, then you're going to have to sit down and show me how you got the answer. Okay? So that's just something I wanted to make sure everyone was aware of. I'm saying this not to any particular person or any particular class. I'm saying this to every class today. All right. It's a good day for this because it's going to be a super short lesson, and it's going to be on the volume of prisms and cylinders, okay? The reason these two are matched up is that they both have congruent bases. So let's start off, let's draw a difficult one. Let's draw a hexagonal prism. The faces of prisms are rectangles, so I start out with a rectangle. And then on top, what you want to do is draw a hexagon that looks like it's been squashed. Okay, that's how you give it a little 3D perspective. Now you just want to copy the vertical segments so that they're the exact same length. And then you'll connect. And then what I usually do is dot the interior lines. So what type of prism would that be? That's a hexagonal prism. If you want to up the art by drawing a hexagonal pyramid on the top, now you're drawing a circus tent. Yay! You guys have never been to a circus because you're too young. The circuses were the bomb. They just were kind of cruel to humans and animals, so we don't really do them anymore. Okay? All right, now let's draw a cylinder. Start with your squashed circle. Draw 2 parallel congruent sides, squash the front end of the circle, and dot the back. And now you have a decent cylinder. Okay? Almost done with this video. Now we'll just go over the equations. The general equation for a prism is that the volume is the base area times the height. Okay, sometimes you'll just see this written as capital B times lowercase h. So that's the exact same formula for a cylinder, but the difference is we know what shape the base of a cylinder is. What shape is the base of a cylinder? It's a circle. How do we find the area of a circle? So this one is just pi r squared times h. It's the same equation. We just know that the area of the base is pi r squared. And that's it. That's the whole video. You guys are good to practice. Let me know when you need help. Boom.